सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna devotees, very happy to be back with all of you, and we are discussing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita 15th chapter. We need to start from shloka number 23. So what was there in the 15th chapter? What did we see? We're discussing the Pauganda Lila because the 14th chapter is the Balya Lila, and this is the Pauganda Lila of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we rightly discussed, from the age of 6 to the age of 10. It's called Pauganda Lila. So we discussed various pastime of how Lord took grammar lessons as Nimai, and eventually Nimai became Nimai Pandit, and then how he forbade his mother to eat grains on Ekadashi. So we saw that. The third one narrated about how Vishwarup took sannyas, and then Nimai was dreaming. And in his dream, he saw that Vishwarup was coming and telling, "Come on, you also take sannyas." And he said, "No, I want to be with parents. I'll serve my parents." And that was the Leela. Okay. So this here, Nimai was a little naughty. And how many of you are naughty as children? If you remember, of course. That is, if you remember. How many of you are naughty as children? Okay, I should raise both my hands up in the air like this because I was very naughty. Okay, it's natural. It's natural to be naughty while children, and those of you who weren't, okay, fine. You're exceptions, or you're telling lies. So normally children are very naughty. So Nimai also was very naughty. Now we talk about Vishwarup taking sannyas. Yes, correct. We mentioned Vishwarup took sannyas, and then the whole pastime is how Nimai is told in the dream by Vishwarup to take sannyas, but he says, "No, I will be a grihastha and I'll serve my parents. I'll be in the home. I'll be a householder." He says that. That is the pastime. The pastime is not about Vishwarup, it's about Nimai, because it's Nimai's Paugand Leela going on. Alright, so this is done. So now, Nimai stops becoming naughty when this particular instance happens. We're going to go to that. I didn't want to take this or end on this note, and that's why I stopped myself last time here. So we go on from 23. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Alright. So we go into this section. 15th chapter, shloka number 23. Okay, going on. Just 1 minute. Some problem. Yeah, you're fine. You're all able to hope. I hope you all are able to see and hear me. कतदिन रही मिश्रा गेला परलोक माता पुत्र दुहार बाडिला हृदय शोक. Hare Krishna. So what happened? Katadin, after some days, Mishra gela paraloka. So Jagannath Mishra passed away. And Paralok, Here very clearly it's mentioned Paraloka. What is Paraloka? Okay, Loka means the material planetary systems. They are called Lokas. Paraloka means what? Paraloka is going to the transcendental planets which are beyond these material planets. They are the spiritual planets. So they are called as Paraloka, the planets which are beyond the material planets. Paraloka. Your voice is a bit low than previous times I check. It's not. No, I have full signals. Full, ekdam. So I guess you need to adjust your sound accordingly. Or you can even choose to have earphones, those of you who have problems. Is my voice clear? If yes, please show me right thumb. I'm not Dronacharya, I'll not ask for it. Anyways, good. So it's clear. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll continue. Mata Putra Duhara Badila Hridishoka. Badila means to increase. It increased the lamentations and aggrievement in the hearts of both Mata and Putra. That is Nimai and Shachimata. And this is after this particular pastime that Nimai stops becoming naughty. No more energy, a bit low, less video. Oh, really? Yeah, probably. I think the voice is low. There's a suggestion that's come. Not a suggestion, I would say, as a comment which has come that Prabhuji, I think volume is low because videos are less. So probably if everybody turns on the video, then my energy will grow. And if my energy is more, then definitely you will all be able to hear more voice from me. What do you all feel? That's good. Thank you, Prabhu. I'll add this in my 108 ways of inspiring the audience to turn on the videos in online sessions. I'll add this point. And that book is going to be released very soon. Book a copy on Amazon. Pre-book it. It will become bestseller. Anyways, going on. बंधु बांधव आसी दुहार प्रबोधिला पितृ क्रिया विधि मते ईश्वर करिला. So bandhu bandhava asi. So all relatives and friends they came there. Duha prabodhila. Both karna matlab to pacify. They pacify. No, it happens. See, ultimately everybody has to pass on. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityur janma mritasya cha. You've taken a body, we have to pass on. We can't live here forever. Right? ऐसा नहीं हो सकता ना? So definitely anyone who is born has to depart. It happens. Yes. Pitra Kriya Vidimate Ishvara Karila. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ishvara, who is Nimai. Yes, Pitra Kriya Vidhi. Pitra Kriya Vidhi is rituals for the dead, deceased father. Yes, Vidimate, as per the Vedic system, he performed the final rites. So many times people ask, what is Prabhuji, the dosh? The dosh happens when pitras are not happy. So if pitras are not happy, they don't bless the forthcoming generations. And they have some deformities, some defects, discontentment, some bodily ailments. And the generation appears like that, Pitra dosh. So, of course, what is the first thing mentioned in the previous verse? Paraloka Gaman. But still he is doing, Are Parlok chale gaye. He's gone back to Godhead. What Kriya are you doing? Yeah? What Shraddha and Kriya are you doing? For because he's already gone. No, this is to teach all of us the example. Yes, this is to teach all of us by example what is the ideal behavior of Vaishnava. See, now we are studying this Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes, as we go ahead, we will be able to see the pastimes of the Lord as devotee. Bhakta Rupa. As a devotee, what Lila is mentioned. So Chaitanya Charitamrita has to be studied by every Vaishnava to understand the finest Vaishnava etiquettes. Correct? To understand how does a Vaishnava behave. How should a Vaishnava behave given time, place, circumstances. We really want to understand that. We need to browse through Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, study it and understand. Because that is going to give us very, very deep knowledge. It's very subtle. Chaitanya Charitamrita is the deepest of all literatures, and it teaches the finest of Vaishnav dealings, etiquettes, rules and regulations. All of these things we learn from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. To set an example for all of us, yes, the Supreme Personality of God, Ishvara, he performed Vidivat Lila. See what you can all do in your respective places. Please repeat, recite with me. No worry, recite with me. कतदिने प्रभु चित्ते करिला चिंतना गृहस्थ हैलाम एबे चाहि गृह धर्म. Okay, so after some days, katadina. Okay, this katadin, if something means after some days, after some years probably. What happens? Prabhu chitte kaila chintan. He started thinking in his mind. Nimai was thinking something. Grihastha hailama ebe chahi griha dharma. He thought that I did not take sannyas. I'm not a sannyasi. I'm grihastha hailama. I'm staying at home. And because I'm staying at home, griha means what? Griha mein jo sthit hai, he's called grihastha. Man who is situated in the house, or you call him the householder. The person who is a householder, grihastha. Such a person, grihastha, because I am staying in the house anyway, situated in the house, I'm remaining at home. So my duty is to act as a grihastha. Chahi grihi dharma. So I have to behave like a householder. And what should a householder do? The person desiring to be householder, what should he do? Next, don't worry. Next, Shastra teaches everything. Want to be householder? Next thing. Grihini vina griha dharma naha yashobhana eta chinti vivaha kari te haila mana. So he thought, Grihini vina, oh, without having a wife, there is no meaning to griha dharma naha yashobhana. There is no meaning to household life without a wife. Eta chinti, thinking in this matter, in this particular manner, vivaha karite haila mana. He decided, he made up his mind to marry. So now next, this is sloka. Na griham griham ityahur grihini griham uchyate taya hi sahitam sarvan purushartan samashnute. Hare Krishna. The grihasthas will become very happy after listening to this verse. This is beautiful meaning. Say, na griham griham iti ahur. एक घर को एक घर तब तक नहीं बोल सकते. न गृहम इति आहुर गृहिणी गृहम उच्यते. House cannot be a home till the time there is a wife who gives meaning to the home. Grihini griham uচ্yate. Taya hi sahitam sarvan. And when husband and wife, the man and the woman, they live together, sahitam, together, sarvan purusharthan samashrute. They will get purushartha, which means whatever the prime desires. Purushartha are the goal. Purush means human and artha means goals. So the goals of Purusha is what? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Purusha, Artha, Samashnute. You will get perfection of that. You can fulfill all interests of human life if you live at home with wife. So now let us see. Now, Lord desired. Now how his desire is going to unfold. That is something we are going to see now. Let's see. Daiva ekadina prabhu padiya asite vallabhacharya re kanya deke ganga pathe. Oh. So now this is we should not see that school days ka pyar hai. Love of school days, college ka pyar, not like that. So Daiva ekadina, by will of providence, one day Prabhu padiya asite. He studied, he finished his studies. That means the school work was finished. And he was asite, he was coming back. Vallabhacharya kanya deke Gangapate. And as he was walking in the roots of the Ganges, he saw the daughter of Vallabhacharya. Now, please understand, this Vallabhacharya is different from the Vallabhacharya of the Pushti Marg Sampradaya Acharya. He is not that. This Vallabhacharya is the Sasurji of Nimai Pandit. And the Vallabhacharya is going to meet in Vrindavan and other places is called Vallabha Bhatt. In the Shastra, he is addressed as Vallabh Bhatt. Correct? So, he is the Pushti Marg Acharya, Vallabhacharya. पूर्व सिद्ध भाव दुहार उदय करिला Deve vanamali ghat kasachi stane aila. Okay, now see, Daive. This word again, this Daiva is coming. Daiva means what? Now Lord desired, na? Lord desired, then this Daiva. Daiva means it's here Prabhupada translates as accidentally. But there are no accidents. There are no accidents in real life. There's nothing called accident. Everything is a very powerful, willful orchestration of the Supreme Lord. There's nothing called accident. So not Daiva is coming means it's Lord's desire only. He's arranging everything. So who arranged for Vallabhacharya's daughter to be there? Later on you'll get to know her name, Lakshmi Priya. Who arranged? Who arranged? Lord only arranged. And now something else has also happened. What happened? Purva Siddha Bhava Duhar Udaya Karila. Oh. So what happened when Lord and Lakshmi Priya, that is, she's called here as Lakshmi Devi, when they met? Yes. So actually, in one sense, they're eternally couples. But somehow they met and their relationship awakened. Same thing that we watch everywhere. We even see this in Ramayana. Lord Ram and Lakshman, they are taken together by Vishwamitra Muni to Janakapuri, Mithila. And that is where there is a beautiful description of how Lord Ram meets Sita Devi. And they look at each other. And there is feelings aroused. They say, "Sir, क्या क्या कर रहे हैं? What they are doing? They are कब से पति पत्नी हैं? They are the original couples." That spoils the rasa. Imagine, na? Sita Devi and Lord Ram look at each other and they say, "Hey, पहले ही शादी हो चुका है हमारा." Yeah, right. And your Lakshmi and Narayan. Yeah, I know that. बस खत्म. चलो देख लिया. अब मिलते हैं. I'll break the bow and I will take you to Ayodhya. Okay ना? हाँ, सब पता है प्लान. मैं पूरा स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ के आई हूँ. Done. There's no rasa in the past time. There's absolutely no rasa. What is this? क्या है ये? बिल्कुल बिल्कुल मतलब no devotee will feel like reading that section. On the other hand, when the rasa comes when the Lord allows the Yogmaya to cover himself and also his consort in such a way that this whole pastime depicts as though the meeting for first time. Love at first sight ho gaya. That's what happened. Lakshmi Priya and Nimai, they met and love at first sight. That's what happened. It was very natural. The relationship weakened. Yes. And then what happened? Daive Vanamali Ghataka. Ghataka is whom? Ghatak is one who makes marriage. He's the marriage maker. The Brahmana who carries all the patrikas of everybody. And his job is how to get them married. That's it. That's his job. So he's the Ghatak. Previous times they used to call Panditji. In movies also they used to show that Panditji will come and he has everyone's patrika. Inki dikhaun, uski dikhaun. That kind of thing, right? So he's called Ghatak. Nowadays we don't see all these things. There is shadi.com. He's the Kaliyuga Ghatak. E-Ghatak. Shadi.com. Sachistane Aina. So Vanamali. His name is Vanamali. So he came. He came there. So Vanamali actually is a Brahmana. Yeah, correct. No, normally those who do this, they make these arranged marriages. They're all Brahmana. And he was actually in previous life Vishwamitra. The same person who, that's why I gave you the example of Rama and Sita. That example. Because ultimately it's Vishwamitra who brought Lord Ramchandra to Janakpur. He was Vishwamitra in the previous life, and he's the one who negotiated the marriage between Sita and if you see, how did Krishna get married to Rukmini? If you, I know that's a very big pastime. I'm not going to tell you fully, but Rukmini sends the first love letter. Yeah, the first love letter ever, a girl writing to a boy. And whom does she give? She gives it to a Brahmana. See, when the love letter contains something which is inappropriate, then she would have sent it through some of her girlfriends or something like that. No, it was completely pure love. And that is why she sends it to a Brahmana. And that Brahmana goes to Krishna in Dwarka and delivers the letter to Krishna. And the same Brahmana is who? Vanamali. So in the entire Ram Lila, Krishna Lila, he has only one job: how to make the Shakti and Shaktiman keep meeting again and again. So that is his service. He's happy doing this service in every other avatar of Lord. Amazing, right? Devotees are so satisfied. No, they're not happy. They're not saying, oh, अरे ये सेवा तो कर लिया मैंने. अरे कुछ नया try करने का. भगवान थोड़ा और कुछ दो ना. ठीक है, शादी का ही रिलेटेड दो, मेरे को थोड़ा मंत्र पढ़ने का दो ना, थोड़ा सेवा. I will read the mantra. I'll chant the mantra. Oh, Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Gadudadvaja. I will sing that. Those mantras I will sing. Please give me that seva. Or they don't say that, oh, हमको यही सेवा मिलता है, हमको हमको कुछ और चाहिए अभी. Change, बोर हो गए हम लोग. No, that's not like that. See how wonderfully. Oh, you did that seva very nicely in the last incarnation. Please continue. And that's what happens. Even in ISKCON, you do some seva very nicely. What happens is you get the same seva only. Just like, for example, I've been getting the seva of doing dramas for the last 11 years. Why? Because पहली बार गलती से कर दिया था अच्छा. And now I've been asked to repeat my mistake every year. Just kidding, just joking. But the point is, you do something nicely, well, you continue that. So very wonderfully he's doing that. He's now become the matchmaker in Chaitanya. So far, relishing, enjoying? I can't hear, of course, I can see. थोड़ा वीडियो ऑन करके अपने चेहरे के एक्सप्रेशंस दिखाइए. I will understand that you're all happy. Done. Let's move on. शचीर इंगिते संबंध करिला घटन, लक्ष्मी के विवाह कैला शचीर नंदन. Okay. So सची के इंगिते संबंध करिला घटन. Sachi Mata accepted. Yes. She indicated, yes, we can go ahead. Vanmali, no problem. And then Karila Ghatana, it was possible. Lakshmi ke vivaha kaila Shachiranandar, and thus Lakshmi Priya was married to, over here she's called Lakshmi Devi, some places she's called Lakshmi, she's called Lakshmi Priya. They're the same. For example, if somebody's name is very big, yes, very big name somebody has, Krishnamurti, people may even call him only Krishna. Yes or no? Just call him Krishna. So similarly, Lakshmi Devi is a big name, so people call her Lakshmi. Yes. So the marriage just happened in due course of time. Now he's not going to describe this fully because there's a special episode in Chaitanya Bhagavat which you're going to revisit later. Vistariya Varnila Taha Vrindavana Das Eita Pauganda Lila Sutra Prakash. So I'm just describing very briefly because the same pastime has been described elaborately by Navnas Thakur. Pauganda Vayase Lila Bahuta Prakara Vrindavan Dasa Iha Kariya Chena Vistara. So all Paugand Leelas of Lord, there are so many types. I've just given basic sutras, but he has elaborated very nicely. Ataeva Dinmatra Iha Dekhaila Chaitanya Mangale Sarva Loke Khyata Haila. Oh. So I have only given some kind of indication in this book. But Chaitanya Mangala, now this Chaitanya Mangala is now called as Chaitanya Bhagavat. Sarva Loke Khyata Haila. It's very famous all over the world. Please read that book. You will get complete description. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Padeyara Ash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Das. So, at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Raghunath, I, Krishna Das Kaviraj, speak Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, 15th chapter. If we have two options, we can go to 16 or we can take some questions related to Krishna consciousness, Chaitanya Lila, anything. What do we do? Quickly vote in the chat. We take some nice question answers for I thought of taking till to 8:15 if you're all okay. Some question answers or we move ahead. Because move ahead matlab then section. Anyways, you all tell. I'm your servant. I'm here to serve all. Okay, I got one instruction to move ahead. Move ahead, please. Oh, this is a pleading request to move ahead. Thank you. Satyam, Punah Satyam, Harir Namaiva Kevalam. So let's continue. So now, the 16th chapter, the pastimes of the Lord between his childhood and youth. Let us quickly read the chapter. This chapter fully describes Lord Chaitanya's Kaishora Lila. Now, Kaishora Lila is from just before attaining Yoga Avastha. 10 to 15, 11 to 15, we call it. So that is Kaishora Lila. Okay. So during this time, he studied deeply and was victorious over greatly learned scholars. During his Kaishor Lila, the Lord also sported in the water. He went to the East Bengal to secure financial assistance, cultivate knowledge, and introduce the Sankirtan movement. And there he met Tapan Vishra, whom he instructed about spiritual advancement and ordered to go to Varanasi. While Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was touring East Bengal, his wife Lakshmi Devi was bitten by a serpent, or by the serpent of separation, and thus she left this world. When the Lord returned home, he saw that his mother was overwhelmed with grief because of Lakshmi Devi's death. Therefore, at her request, he later married his second wife, Vishnupriya Devi. This chapter also describes the Lord's argument with Keshav Kashmiri. Very interesting it is. The celebrated scholar, and the Lord's criticisms of his prayer glorifying Mother Ganges. In this prayer, the Lord found 5 kinds of literary ornaments and 5 kinds of literary faults, thus defeating the Pandit. Later, the Kashmiri Pandit, who was known to have been victorious all over the country, submitted himself to the goddess of learning, and by her order, he met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the morning of the next day and surrendered unto him. Basically, if you see in this chapter, describes the Kaishor Leela, Balya Leela over, Pavan Leela over. Now this Kaishor Leela, which means between 11 to 15 years of age. That's the time which is mentioned here, Kaishor Leela. So his deep study is mentioned here. Then his travel to East Bengal. East Bengal is called as Banga, and the West Bengal today is called as Gauda. There was East and West even those times. The East Bengal, which is today called as Bangladesh, was called as Banga in those times. And the West Bengal was called Gauda because there was a king, Gauda, Bengal. Lakshmi Priya has left her body in separation, Viraha. Now this is the crest jewel of emotions which is there, Viraha Prem. In separation, she leaves her body. And then he marries whom? He marries Vishnu Priya. And last is his debate with Keshav Kashmiri. And that's my most favorite pastime with Keshav Kashmiri. Okay, let's proceed. We'll not be able to cover everything, but let's see how much we can cover. कृपासुदासरिद्यस्य विश्वम् आप्लावयन्त्यपि नीचगैव सदा भाति तं चैतन्यप्रभुं भजे. कृपासुदा सरित्यस्य. Oh, see, tam Chaitanya Prabhum Bhaje. I worship the Lord Chaitanya. Yes. So, Kripa Sudha Saridyasya. Oh, his mercy flows like what? Sudha Sarid. It's a nectar of his mercy. Kripa Sudha. The mercy of his, no mercy like nectar. Sarityasya. It's like a river. Sarita. The river. Like a river it flows. And where this river flows, normally river flows in what? It flows in one state, 2 states, 3 states, maximum one country. But there are some rivers which flow even throughout the whole continent. Example, this Nile River. How many of you study about Nile River in Africa? Yes, it flows throughout the entire continent. There's the Amazon River. Not Amazon company, I'm talking about Amazon River. It flows from South America. Correct? Where does this river flow, Prabhu? Vishwam Aplavayanti api. Oh, this mercy is flowing all over the universe. It's flowing everywhere. Yes, everywhere. Yes. And usually the river flows, you have to go and take advantage of the river. That means you have to go to the river and you need to scoop some water in your palm and drink. Okay. Something like that. You need to take and you need to drink to quench your thirst. But in this case, this river is special river. This river flows to the persons who are in need. Who are they? Nicha Gaiva Sada Bhati. It is manifest to those who are poor and fallen. It's inclined towards those. So this river is not that you have to go and take. No, the river will come to you, the most fallen. That is why it is said that Lord Chaitanya's mercy is for the most fallen souls. So if you consider yourself most fallen, definitely you will get maximum mercy. And that is why we pray, no? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya karo more तुम बिना के दायलो जगत संसारे पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार मोसता प्रभु न पाइबे हार. So what he's saying, there's nobody more fallen than me. Why? Because he's claiming the mercy. Hey, nobody's more fallen than me, so I need the mercy. Please give it to me. I need it. Correct? So it goes there in that direction. Correct? Okay. So we just need to be one thing. Prabhupada writes, only one must be very sincere and serious. Even if you have all bad qualities of Kali Yuga, no problem. Your heart is not fully pure, no problem. That is not the qualification. You be sincere and serious. What is the difference between sincere and serious? I'll tell you. Don't worry. I'll tell you. It means there will be situations where you may not be able to do your sadhana. Situation may be like that. You can give an excuse. It may be a valid excuse. But still, despite that, you do your sadhana. Despite a tough situation going on in one's job life, no, but I still do my sadhana. Tough situation with still I complete my sadhana. He's called a sincere devotee. Yes, he's called a sincere devotee. And what's a serious devotee? So serious devotee is one who will not waste a single moment and is preparing to go back home, back to Godhead. He wants to pray. Death can come at any time and take me. Death can come. Yamdutas can come at any time. We'll go back to Godhead. Right, I'm ready right now to face the situation. So that right now, while I serious, there is a difference between. So, Prabhupada, what he writes, one must only be very sincere and serious. Right? Okay, going on. And Prabhupada also says very clearly that this the river of Chaitanya's mercy is actually ISKCON society. And that ISKCON society is that river flow of the nectarian mercy of Lord Chaitanya, who's claiming all these fallen souls and delivering them and making them connected to Lord Chaitanya, giving his mercy. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jiyat Kishora Chaitanyo Murti Matyagrahashramat Lakshmyarchitoth Vagdevya Disham Jayi Jayat Chalat. Okay. So Jayat Kishora Chaitanya. Now long live this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Kishore age. The Kishore Chaitanya, let him long live, Jayati. Murti Matya. So he has accepted a Murti Matya. He has accepted a form which looks like material but it's completely spiritual. Grihashramat. He has accepted Grihashram but he is beyond all the ashramas and varnas. Lakshmi Archito. He is worshipped by Lakshmi Devi, Athavag Devi, and Disham Jai Jaya Chalat. So he is worshipped by Lakshmi and Saraswati. Yes. So he is the husband of both these goddesses. Husband or Lord, master of all these goddesses. Correct? So he had conquered everything. Disham Jai Jaya Chalat. So his victory over that particular Digvijay Pandit. There's a Digvijay Pandit. That's why this chapter is going to talk about the Digvijay. Dig means direction. Vijay means he has gone in all direction and conquered everything. He's called Digvijay. So the Digvijay Pandit के ऊपर जो विजय प्राप्त किए भगवान. Yes. Because that chapter is dedicated to that. So we would like to offer our pranams to such a Lord. That's one more prayer. So now let's go on. Eita Kishora Lila Sutra Anubandha Shishyagana Padaite Karila Aramba. Oh. So in Kishore Lila, he started becoming he became a professional teacher of logic and grammar. So that is the thing that started. This marks the beginning of Kishore age. His marriage was done and he became, now you're in the Grihastha. If you're in Grihastha, you have to have something to sustain, right? So he became a teacher. Of course, teachers will never take money in Vedic times. Teachers lived on Dakshina. Not a Dakshina was given by students, they used to accept. It's not a means for making business. शत शत सित्य शिष्य संगे सदा अध्यापन व्याख्या सुनी सर्वलोके चमकित मन. Oh, shata shata. Shata means 100, but shata shata, if you say, that means many, many days. You cannot count how many shishas he had. Shishya sange sadhya adhyapan. You'll always be studying, love to study. Vyakha suni sarva lokera chamakita mana. If you hear the way he would explain, yes, the way he explained, the way he taught, oh, every one of them was astonished to hear from that. The students also serious. They are not sleeping in class. They used to turn on their videos, right? Make notes, very attentive, and they were shocked. Wow, what an explanation. Yes, what an explanation. कैसा समझाते teacher हमारे. Best. Next. सर्वशास्त्र सर्व पंडित पाया पराजय विनय भंगी ते करो दुख नाही हय. So, Sarva Shastre Sarva Pandita. So there are different scriptures actually. So based on all different scriptures, Sarva Pandit. Every Pandit is Pandit in one particular scripture. Got it, na? Now somebody say I'm Pandit. Oh, you're Pandit in what? So okay, I'm Pandit in Rigved. ठीक है. Defeat. He is also lost. He is defeated. Yes. He was defeated very nicely. Then यजुर्वेद का पंडित उसको भी हरा दिया. अरे मैं उपनिषद का पंडित हरा दिया. मैं पुराणों का पंडित उसको भी हरा दिया. So different kinds of pandit who were expert in different shastras, all were defeated. But Vinaya Bhangite Karo Dukkha Naya, they never. Not only how many of you have lost any time in your life? Any loss you have had in your life? हारे आप लोग, contest हो, competition हो, situation हो. Those who are not lifting hands are liars. झूठे. Why? Because it's very clear. Vritrasur in Srimad Bhagavatam. Today only we're discussing in Bhagavatam class. Right? So Vritrasur sees very clearly that there's only one person who can never lose. Is Narayan. All other embodied conditioned living souls have to taste both defeat and victory. And mostly what do we face? Mostly defeat. ज्यादा करके हारते ही हम लोग. जीतना बहुत rarely होता है. Very rarely we win. Maximum times it is what? Defeat. That's what we have to face. We have to face defeat. That's what happens. So dukkha naye, but still, now I would like to ask, okay, fine. You used to lose, how used to feel? Be honest. Who is it? Hey, I lost. हार गया आज, मजा आ गया. No, we feel miserable. We feel morose. We feel devastated after losing. But here it is said, दुख नहीं है. Those who lost, they never felt morose, sad at any time. Why? Vinaya Bhangite. Because Nimai behaved in a very gentle manner. His gentle behavior made them feel so comfortable that even after losing to him, they never ever felt morose. They never felt morose. That was the beauty. He was knowledgeable. The first verse shows how knowledgeable he was, and the next verse speaks about his modesty, his modest behavior, his gentle behavior. So combination of these two is very rare, and Nimai was having that. विविध औद्यत करे शिष्य गण संगे जहनविते जल केली करे नाना रंगे. So he was now here he did some thanks also as teacher. Kare Shishyagana Sangha along with this all were all students. Shishyagana Sangha Janavite. Janavi is Ganga. Jalakeli Kare Nana Range. He used to play a lot of jokes and sporting pastimes with the students. Nice teacher, no? Cool teacher. There is one thing called Gurukul where you study. But this Guru is only very cool. Guru cool. He's a cool Guru. Guru cool. He's a very cool Guru. He's playing along with all his kids so wonderfully. Next. दिन कैला प्रभु बंगे तेगा मन Yaha ya taha layo ya nama sankirtana. So now is the change. Katadine again. After a few days, Kaila Prabhu Bangete Gamana. Where did he go? Banga. I told, where is Banga? Bangladesh. That is the east of Bengal. Yaha yaya taha loaya nama sankirtan. So wherever he went, is wherever he toured, he traveled, he went, he goes here and there. What he did, he induced everyone to do Nama Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now what do you understand from this? Prabhupada gives a very beautiful purport. Prabhupada said that you may definitely defeat everybody through philosophy, by quoting shlokas, by shastras, by logic, by arguments, whatever it is. But ultimately, the main business of every preacher is to introduce Sankirtan. If you are not introduced Sankirtan, you failed as a preacher, because that's the most important thing. Introducing Kirtan. It should be attached to the holy name. And Prabhupada says very clearly, not to defeat logicians, scholars, scientists. That's not the job of preacher. Yes, preacher. That is not the only job. That is not preacher means the todne wala. Todne wala. Nahin. Preacher's job is to introduce Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The time is up. Hare Hare. There is an announcement after the class. So I request you all to please stay back. It's a request. I'll hand over the